Which country has broken its own record for the world's lowest fertility rate? A. China. B. South Korea. C. Japan. D. Philippines. Correct answer, B. South Korea. South Korea has broken its own record for the world's lowest fertility rate, according to official figures released. To maintain a stable population, countries need a fertility rate of 2.1. The country struggles to reverse its years-long trend of declining births. The country's fertility rate sunk to 0.81 in 2021, 0.03% lower than the previous year.
The Center for Medical Skills for Paramedical Staff is set to come up in which state UT? A. Assam. B. Sikkim. C. Meghalaya. D. West Bengal. Correct answer, C. Meghalaya. The Center for Medical Skills for Paramedical Staff is set to come up at Babadam in West Garo Hills of Meghalaya. The Meghalaya Cabinet approved the construction of center that will be built at the cost of 152 crores rupees. The Medical Skill Hunar Hub will have space for 2,500 students with several facilities including hostel, pharmaceutical college, paramedical college and skill development center.
Which Indian state UT launched the Mahila Nidhi loan scheme for social and economic development of women through loans? A. Uttar Pradesh. B. Rajasthan. C. West Bengal. D. Odisha. Correct answer, B. Rajasthan. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot launched Mahila Nidhi, a loan scheme for the social and economic development of women through loans. The scheme was launched on the occasion of Women's Equality Day. Under the scheme, easy credit will be available to women for starting new businesses and expanding their business. In the State Budget 2022-1923, the government announced to set up Mahila Nidhi through Rajasthan Rural Livelihood Development Council.
Which social media platform company has announced a new facility named Circles? A. Facebook. B. Twitter. C. Telegram. D. Instagram. Correct answer, B. Twitter. Twitter announced the availability of Twitter Circle where users can choose who can see and engage with their tweets. Everyone can join the public conversation on their own terms, while each circle will allow up to 150 people. After a successful test run, the feature is being rolled out across the world. People in the circle will see a green badge under tweets sent to the group while these tweets cannot be retweeted.
Which institution conducted the cyber security exercise Synergy? A. Certain. B. Indian Air Force. C. Defense Research and Development Organization. D. Indian Space Research Organization. Correct answer, A. Certain. Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, Certain, under Ministry of Electronics and IT, in collaboration with Cyber Security Agency of Singapore, CSA, successfully designed and conducted the cyber security exercise Synergy for 13 countries. It was conducted as a part of the International Counter-Ransomware Initiative Resilience Working Group, which is led by India under the leadership of National Security Council Secretariat, NSCS. The theme of the exercise was building network resiliency to counter ransomware attacks.
Puli Thevar, whose birth anniversary was celebrated recently, was a freedom fighter from which state? A. West Bengal. B. Tamil Nadu. C. Odisha. D. Gujarat. Correct answer, B. Tamil Nadu. Puli Thevar was a 18th century Tamil king who fought against the British. He was one of the first fighters to refuse to pay taxes to the British. Tamil Nadu Governor R. N. Ravi and Chief Minister M. K. Stalin paid floral tributes to the statue of freedom fighter while Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tributes to the leader.
The International Monetary Fund, IMF, approved a loan of $2.9 billion to which country to tackle its economic crisis? A. Iran. B. Afghanistan. C. Sri Lanka. D. Venezuela. Correct answer, C. Sri Lanka. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, approved a loan of $2.9 billion to Sri Lanka. The country is battling its worst economic crisis since independence in 1948. Sri Lankan President Vikram Singh, who is also the country's finance minister, presented his first budget, which aimed to boost revenue and fight inflation. Which Indian state recently allowed the sale of locally made wine? A. Gujarat. B. Mizoram. C. Punjab. D. Sikkim. Correct answer, B. Mizoram. The Mizoram cabinet allowed the locally grown grapes to be processed as wine and sold in the market freely. Natural grapes are mainly grown in Champhai and Hanalan areas in eastern Mizoram. The Chief Minister announced that the Mizoram liquor prohibition draft rules 2022 should be continued to be implemented strictly in the state.
Which institution demonstrated inflatable aerodynamic decelerator (IAD) technology? A. DRDO. B. ISRO. C. HAL. D. BUL. Correct answer, B. ISRO. Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, has successfully demonstrated a new technology with inflatable aerodynamic decelerator, IAD. It was designed and developed by ISRO's Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, VSSC. The IAD was successfully test-flown in a Rohini-sounding rocket. This demonstration opens a path for cost-effective spent-stage recovery technology and can also be used in ISRO's future missions to Venus and Mars.
Who is the author of the book titled The India Way, Strategies for an Uncertain World? A. Narendra Modi. B. S. Jaishankar. C. Arun Jaitley. D. Raghuram Rajan. Correct answer, B. S. Jaishankar. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar recently launched the Gujarati translation of his book, The India Way, Strategies for an Uncertain World in Gujarat. The original version of the book in English was launched in the year 2020. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar seeks to address the question of what should be the direction of India's foreign policy as the global order changes in the book.
हेलो दोस्तों, गवर्नमेंट तैयारी .com में आपका स्वागत है। क्या आप गवर्नमेंट जॉब की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और क्या आप सरकारी नौकरी की तलाश कर रहे हैं? हम यहाँ पे आपको नई सरकारी नौकरी की सूचना, सरकारी रिजल्ट, पुराने परीक्षा के PDF और साथ ही हम आपको फ्री क्विज भी उपलब्ध करवाते हैं, जिसे आप बिल्कुल मुफ्त डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। आप हमें सोशल मीडिया जैसे कि फेसबुक, ट्विटर, इंस्टाग्राम पर फॉलो कर सकते हैं। आपको सभी लिंक वीडियो की डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएंगे। तो आज ही हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और अधिक जानकारी के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट पे जाएं।
Indira Gandhi Shahri Rozgar Guarantee Yojana is an initiative of which state UT? A. Chhattisgarh. B. Rajasthan. C. Punjab. D. New Delhi. Correct answer, B. Rajasthan. Rajasthan is set to launch the country's first employment guarantee scheme for the urban poor named Indira Gandhi Shahri Rozgar Guarantee Yojana. It will start on 9th September with a budget of 800 crore rupees. The scheme aims to provide 100 days of guaranteed employment to the urban poor, especially those who lost their jobs during the COVID-19 pandemic?
When is the National Cinema Day celebrated in India? A. 5th September. B. 7th September. C. 10th September. D. 16th September. Correct answer. D. 16th September. India is set to celebrate National Cinema Day on 16th September. It was announced by the Multiplex Association of India, MEA. The event will take place across 4,000 screens in the country to celebrate the successful reopening of cinemas. During the occasion, tickets will be priced at 75 rupees in all the participating cinemas. Various companies like
Which state won the first rank in the implementation of Poshan Abhiyan scheme, as per a recent Niti Aayog report? A. Tamil Nadu. B. Maharashtra. C. Rajasthan. D. Punjab. Correct answer B. Maharashtra. Niti Aayog released a report titled Preserving Progress on Nutrition in India, Poshan Abhiyan in Pandemic Times. As per the report, Maharashtra won the top rank among states in the implementation of the Poshan Abhiyan scheme. Andhra Pradesh came second and Gujarat is at the third rank. Andhra Pradesh is first in 100% recruitment of human resources required for implementation of Poshan during COVID. It also tops in the distribution of mobile phones to Anganwadi workers.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you. Ain't